anime. That's where we are this week. Anime, episode 9 of
Nande.
Goblin Slayer.
Nande kore?
And JoJo, part 5, Golden, EXP.
Sugoi desu ne.
Yes.
Oh, I want to kill myself. That was really bad.
If you've been following along, then you know that we are well past the halfway stage.
Yeah, we're committed, unfortunately.
To these fall animus. And I will say, we are on episode 9 of Goblin Slayer, and I just don't know.
Dude!
I just don't know.
What have we done?
I don't know.
It's so boring.
This is a bad choice. I think this episode, they talked about how they resolved... No, hold on. They opened up with a fight. They found the magic mirror.
Yeah, and they're like, yo, it's a portal.
Yo, let's do some cool shit. Or not.
Or not. Just build a barricade, stand still, shoot goblins with arrows.
And then collapse the ceiling.
And then collapse the ceiling.
Now, yeah.
Oh, it was clever that they used the portal side of the mirror to, like, protect themselves from the falling rocks of the building. Because they didn't have to, like, carry the weight of the rocks. It just fell through to the other side.
Yeah, that's true.
But then, we get a very extended talk with the priestess of justice,
Sword Maiden.
the sword maiden, and how goblins have ruined her life, and at the Goblin Slayer, he will be remembered forever, and you're just the greatest hero of all time. Thank you for slaying these goblins. They make goblins such a big fucking deal. Personally, to everyone that they ever meet. But in the grand scheme of things, goblins don't do shit.
No.
Like, this is a place where fucking ogres exist, where dragons exist, where some guy called the Demon Lord exists, and they're just like, but goblins. And what the fuck?
I don't know, man.
This is another episode where they give you a brand new problem, probably super interesting. Like, dude, you found a fucking magic mirror that can teleport you to another location. That's so sick. Like, that's a really cool thing. And they're like, oh, what did you do? Oh, during the commercial break, we covered it in cement and threw it into the bottom of the ocean.
Sure did.
And it's like, what? What are you fucking talking about? You did what? You took the one interesting story point in this whole episode and you solved it and threw it in the ocean. Also, how did you cover it in cement if the one side is a fucking portal?
I don't know. Where'd they get the cement? I don't know. There's too many questions. I just don't know.
Well, he was making cement earlier.
Maybe they cracked the mirror and then...
You can't crack it. It's liquid.
Maybe they put it in a mold.
Like, maybe they put a piece of, like, wood over top the frame so it didn't fall into the...
And then they just...
I guess...
sealed it off.
What the fuck is this show, man?
I don't know. But
we
did learn how the Sword Maiden lost her eyes.
She got fucking raped by goblins like everyone else in this show.
And then they burned her eyes
and they
out.
took a torch and burned her eyeballs.
Oh, they were raping her.
Like, yeah, it's fucking devastating.
Okay.
But I'm being desensitized to terrible goblin rape. I don't know how I feel about that.
Man, you're desensitized to terrible goblin rape?
Yes!
Fuck. Man.
Like, this whole thing of just, like, the goblins took advantage of me. I'm like, yeah, they took advantage of, like, every other person in this show.
They had fun.
I guess. The show sucks.
Goblin Slayer!
The show fucking sucks.
Goblin Slayer, son.
Bidokata. They're getting cheese and milk, and they're gonna go make ice cream. And they were min-maxing ice cream.
But Goblin Slayer, son.
This show better do something cool fast.
It won't. So, JoJo.
JoJo did something cool fast.
So they found the money.
They found the money.
They found the money.
It's been in the toilet all along, baby.
But was it really in the toilet?
Was it really? Bruno did put those gloves on. So basically, they beat Sale and his stand. They staple
his knife wound.
Yeah, they staple Mista's knife wound with a stapler, and they masking tape it closed.
Such doctors.
I know, right? Like fucking medical professionals over here. And here we learn that, like, hey, the 10 million lire or whatever,
10 billion.
billion lire. It's been here all along.
Yeah.
Inside a urinal in the men's bathroom in a public area.
Sure has.
Bruno had put a zipper to a portal dimension
A zebra.
in one of the urinals, and out pops a whole fuckload of gold. And they meet one of the capos of the gang, of the Passione gang. And he says, "You gave us the money. You came through on your promise. All of this is legit. All this stuff is real. And also, well, Popolo's gone, and we need someone to take his place. Bruno, you are now a capo."
That's you.
Yeah, he got upgraded. The whole gang's super proud.
Yeah.
And
one of them's like, because it's all happened because
Yeah.
JoJo came.
yeah, because Mista, he's like, what is this boy? He's a good luck boy. He's a lucky
boy.
He's a lucky boy. That was fantastic. I love that. But the capo now has a new task for Bruno, which is to take care of the boss's daughter, the unknown boss
that no one knows.
that no one knows. Not even the guy who got the order to tell Bruno.
Not even his daughter.
Nobody knows. Not even his daughter knows who he is.
That's cold.
That's cold. That's ice cold. But you want to be the most powerful man in Italy.
Like, why did you have a daughter?
Listen, carnal urges arise.
Yeah, then you just abort that shit.
No, but see, it's not his decision.
Well, then you cut it out.
It's her decision.
I'm sorry. He's the most gangster mafioso. It's not his decision.
If he's not a monster,
Yes, he is.
he's a mafia. Also,
I'm sorry. What synonym?
let me tell you about synonyms. So yeah, he has a daughter named Trish.
Stratus.
She has a very funky skirt with mathematical signs all over it. And she's a little bit of a prima donna.
Little.
Just a tad. Tells the boys, basically, who are now taking care of her, listen, you're gonna protect me? All of you punk bitches? Okay, first off, take off your shirt. And he's like, what the fuck? And she wipes her hands on his shirt. It's like, I'm not gonna use a public stall to dry my hands. Disgusting. Secondly, I need you to buy me all this food, Vogue magazine, this type of eyeshadow, and whatever. And they send not Sriracha.
Not Sriracha.
I want that to be his canon name.
Yeah.
They send not Sriracha out to get the stuff, and they're like, listen, because we're taking care of the boss's daughter, you gotta be extra careful. On the way back, loop the block a couple times, make sure no one's following you, switch cars, then come back to the vineyard. Turns out someone's following him.
Everyone's following him.
They don't really know how. He doesn't really know how, but he's like outside the car and he's like, something just feels wrong. Like, no one's following me, but something's off. And a man appears in his car. And this man is something we saw before the commercial break, where he was holding a cat. He did something to the cat, and he somehow fit the cat in a bottle.
Yeah. And the cat was just like
tail out of the bottle. Think of like a glass beer bottle, but a little bit bigger. Maybe
like a milk bottle
or a wine bottle.
Oh yeah,
right, a glass wine bottle. He somehow fit a cat inside there, fully alive, but kind of damaged.
Kind of.
He's kind of bleeding at the bottom there, but he's still moving. Like he didn't break the bottle. He just put it in there, and you don't know how.
Just mean.
Yeah. And so when he confronts Sriracha, he's all like, listen, I know you got the money. I know you're looking at the boss's daughter, like, you're doing all this shit. And we've now learned about Sriracha's stand, which is Aerosmith. And basically,
what does he call it though?
I forget. Little Pilot, I think, maybe.
Because I know it wasn't Aerosmith.
No, like he calls it Aerosmith. I don't know what the subs.
Yeah,
are. I forget what the subs are.
Yeah,
the subs are always so bad. Aerosmith is a more semi-long distance stand that is just a fighter jet, man. Yeah. It's a tiny fighter jet that can phase through different areas. It can drop bombs. It can shoot you with bullets. It's got everything that a fighter jet would have. It's very useful for scouting and all this stuff. He unloads in the car because he thinks the one guy's a threat, and he disappears. And it turns out that this new guy, I still don't think we know his name, His stand Little Feet can shrink himself, but also shrink others. So that's how he got the cat in the bottle. We see that Natsuracha is slowly shrinking near the end of the episode. And he's like, he sees all of the stockings and the makeup and whatever. He's like, oh, they're buying shit for a girl. They're buying shit for the boss's daughter. Yeah, and I remember this fight being pretty cool, but it's as most JoJo episodes, it'll be a 2-parter. So next week we'll see the full fight.
It'll wrap up with the shits and giggles and surprises.
Yeah. And we kind of see Natsuracha's basically his temper control or lack thereof.
I mean, he's the young one, right?
Yeah.
He's the angsty boy.
Yeah. He's also dumb.
Yes.
I don't want to say it.
Yes.
But this one didn't have as many palette swaps of color. I don't think it had any, to be honest. But I don't know. I thought this was a pretty solid episode.
Mm-hmm.
It set up the next fight. It gave us again. It solved. It does the opposite of Goblin Slayer. It answered a question. Gave us an answer. Gave us 2 more questions.
Yeah.
Right. Just like, okay, well, who is this new crew coming after us? Like, what other capos know about the boss's daughter existence? How is this gonna affect the team going forward?
Yeah.
Like, if the one capo who gave you the mission doesn't have a stand power, does Trish know anything about stands at all?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, it sets up a lot more stuff for the story, and I'm pretty excited. Still,
I will say that this show is proven to be far more entertaining than Goblin Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one of the 2 we're watching. This is the one I'd rather be watching.
Yeah.
But yeah. God. That I still can't get over the art style, especially when we saw the old man
where he has kind of the lazy eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we saw the girl. I'm like, holy fuck! I don't even know what to think about that.
Dude, she's got the lips.
I guess
they're plump.
She got that Botox.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
Maybe they're just, she was born to the 2 most good looking parents you've ever seen.
No.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah. And then we watched some of our bonus. I caught up at least up to episode 6 of 9 of SSSS Gridman.
Yeah.
Yo, that girl's fucking crazy.
Akane's
fucking crazy.
Awesome?
No, period. Full stop. She's crazy.
You haven't even seen the half of it.
Probably not. The last episode I watched was, apparently there are kaiju that have been living on Earth before she even...
Is this Earth?
Yeah, is this Earth. Because she's a god. She has been creating this kaiju to reset the world around her to her liking. All of the victims of the kaiju are they're just people she doesn't like.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't like this, so let's fuck it up.
Yeah.
And she's basically playing SimCity.
Yeah.
Like, she's God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How did you feel God?
You'll find out,
I guess.
How'd you feel about the episode where the show was nicknamed Thighs, the anime?
Awkward?
Yeah.
I made the mistake of watching this show at work.
Yeah. Oh, I hope no one saw you.
And let's say that there were certain scenes where I had to scroll down. And I was just like, this is a little uncomfortable. I don't know what I'm...
There are some framing shots where they're just like, we're going to leave it here.
We're going to linger here for like a split second too long and then pan up. And it's like, oh. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really... Like, I guess it's not as egregious as anime normally is.
No, that's the thing. It's not, and yet but it's almost like it's laughing at you, because it's like...
It seems more intimate.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like you're right. It is not anywhere near egregious as how bad anime can be. It doesn't even do like the cheap shots, like super boob jiggle,
or even like, when they go to the canoe camp or whatever, when they go on the school field trip.
Yeah,
like they're all in bikinis, but like the way they do it, like it seems tasteful.
Yeah,
right. It's not just like, oh shit, my tits are just spilling out. Right. It's nothing like that. But it's like the way they draw it and the way they do certain like absolute area
Yeah.
shots, and I'm just like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
also zip. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no. How you feeling about the show so far?
it's really fun. It's super fun. Why didn't we pick this over Goblin Slayer? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I like the way that this show just goes a mile a minute in true Trigger fashion.
Yeah, I like the way it does it, but I also like how it has that like Saturday morning cartoon feel to it.
Kind of, yeah.
Right? Like every episode is a new power.
Like Monster of the Week.
Yeah. But it's not so brain dead.
Like that.
Yeah, like how, like, for example, like a Kamen Rider could be
before
it kicks into high gear. Like this one's always moving.
Yeah, and they introduce a lot of great story points. The fact that we now learn that Akane is a god.
Yeah.
That there's this ancient kaiju who's just been chilling, and he takes you to like a ghost train.
Oh yeah.
Makes you listen to music.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fantastic, interesting storylines happening.
Alexis is out of the computer.
Yes. What? He can can Gridman do that? Like he's out of the computer without someone piloting him.
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck? He's in the real world. He's not even in the cyber world. He's not even in the world of digital monsters.
Yeah. It only gets crazier from here.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Gridman. Gridman.
That's a good show.
That's my favorite show.
It's my second favorite show.
Right now.
It's my second favorite.
I mean, the only thing wilder is Riverdale.
That's the truest of animes. Archie's Riverdale.
Yep.
The fuck.
Yep. I'd watch that. Fuck.
And you'd watch an anime Riverdale made by Trigger.
Yeah.
I'd watch that too. Yeah, you're right.
I'd watch the hell out of that.
Betty and Veronica on each arm, and they fucking transform into robots.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for us then.
Jughead throws hamburgers.
No, Jughead's not a hamburger man.
The hot dog man?
No. Milkshake boy.
I guess.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, this is quick episodes this week. Very, very to the point.
Exactly.
I think once I catch up with Gridman, we'll have more in-depth stuff to talk about there.
Yeah. There you go. Have at it, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.